It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors, and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,044,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, through our time together, I held still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the root of our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, were never turned against our own people, and external actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation. As I step aside as president of Liberia, I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences, embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Those who wrote the speech, inauguration day, everybody happy. We are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. We are rejoicing about the effort to bring a new regime. Then we'll sit down with happiness. We go write paper for that 79-year-old man. He's talking to me. Then you go there, I will tell you that nation. I will tell US, I will bring one for here. Because you think one for here, Johnson. I will tell the woman of bringing. When you got to the in this country,
when you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in
where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and little abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that the question that we ask.
Oh yes, as Chelsea is suffering a 1-0 lead in the UEFA Nations final. I know all the Barcelona fans, the Manchester United fans, the Arsenal fans, especially Barca fans, are all celebrating Chelsea's trailing behind Real Betis 1-0. But it's just 57 minutes gone in the game. I hope Chelsea can make a comeback, a decisive comeback. Whatever the case is, it's time to talk the hard issues confronting our country, the hard issues resonating with in the minds of Liberians. Let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on this edition of the show. Today is the 28th day of May 2025. Tonight, we are not doing too much talking or rendering opinions on issues tonight because we have two guests that are going to join us at 8:30 as we look into profiling Liberia's road projects, placing emphasis on the CDC government.
I hope that I have them broken. Telling you, brother.
Yes, that's what I said. I said we are profiling Liberia's road projects with an emphasis on the CDC government. A former assistant minister for administration at the Ministry of Public Works, Jefferson Chessy, will join us shortly at 8:30, alongside former deputy minister for administration at the same Ministry of Public Works, Joseph Todd, will also join us shortly at 8:30. The two Josephs,
Why the government should lie? Why? But the question that we
formerly of the Ministry of Public Works, will join us, and they will join us to profile Liberia's road projects with an emphasis on the CDC government. They said we want the message to resonate with the people. We want the message to sink deep in the heads of our friends from the Unity Party who are bent on spewing lies and deception and misinformation and disinformation all across the perimeter of our country. They want to flood the political space with lies and deception. They want to distort the facts. And we are under moral and political obligations to ensure that the facts are spewed out from us and the facts are resonating with the Liberians.
we tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us.
That's the size and shape of the show tonight. We're talking roles.
Well, like the citizens though.
This show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia, and it is in partnership with Radio Entertainment Liberia
You screw us.
and in association with Yanjing BN.
Why?
Very shortly, we take a break from our sponsors, our partner. When we come back, we go to our Facebook live feed to welcome all of you who've joined the only political fellowship on radio at about this time. Please, the invitation is yours. Please share the live and invite others to listen and follow the show. As everything you want to know about the roads projects that took place under George Weah government will be said here tonight.
My hope that I have them broken.
Just everything, just anything about road that you want to know. Your concerns, you can post your questions on our live feed. We trust me, we are going to read your questions or your inquiries about any road you want to know about. If you have our WhatsApp numbers as well, you can text all your inquiries via WhatsApp. We will read all your questions to the panelists tonight. So anywhere you post your question or your inquiry, trust us, we are going to read them out for you, and the panelists will answer or respond to your concerns. My name is Austin Kawam, your usual host. I'm going for this break. When I come back, we'll do some small in-house cleaning before we join our guest tonight.
The people who are so, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They get lies, they get steal, they go round the corrupt the airport.
Sorry. Let's take this break.
Yang TT to Deja. Introducing Yang Beer from Beijing, the newest sensation in town. Yang Beer is so smooth and light. You can drink it, wake up in that morning feeling very energized, and you wicked boy, the woman will be very happy. No headache, no eye spinning. And the Yang Beer bottle, it got a special way again open. Nobody will ever use you for the opener again. Very easy. Yang Beer can be found wholesale or retail at Sir Exeter and Tongo Water, and also in supermarkets or bars around you. Reward yourself by drinking Yang Beer, and trust me, you will be ready to go.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hands for the real authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
J Baba, Cap with a J, no side G, international baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grave? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your job? Give us 7 now, take it big. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face that's the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grave? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Boys they cry, say no job. Plenty people they in poverty. One man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place.
Yeah.
So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us.
Hunger,
The hunger killing us.
hunger.
The hunger killing us. Oh,
Yeah.
hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp is an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man that ain't bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. We got our people that will vote and stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they lead all in poverty. Just to see and walk away with impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there. Yeah, they say. Now why we give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people. Yeah, they say.
They say they want new press, so we give them the new press, so boys they cry, say hungry. They say they want new.
Security is in the hand of the state. If I die as of today, my security is in the hand of the state. If I die today, I want the Liberia people to know that the base of information issue a statement that has threatened my life, and if I die today or my family is harmed, you should be prepared to answer that question. As of today, my security is in the hand of the state. If I die today, I want the Liberia people to know that the base of information issue a statement that has threatened my life, and if I die today or my family is harmed, you should be prepared to answer that question.
Okay, folks, let's run to our Facebook page. Our guests are almost on here, so let's run quickly and welcome all of you who've joined us tonight. All of you who are joining us tonight, we say welcome. Please share the live and invite others to follow. JD Williams is joining us tonight from Johnsonville. Don't forget to leave your concerns or your questions as well, so we post your questions to them. Anything you want to know about road information, road construction, anything you want to know that you think transpire under Georgia, they will answer the questions tonight on the show. JD Williams, welcome. Pai Joshua from GSA Road. J. Fokesi has also joined us tonight from Painesville. From Painesville, Stanley Sharif is joining us. Sam Gagner. Sam Gaglan is joining us from Lakpasi Community. Timothy Tia is joining the show. J. Niels Pengba is also joining. Sidiki Traore, CDC Pape Success Keita is also joining the show. Agatha Glasgow, Harris Sackley is joining us tonight. Celia Massa Koe is also joining us tonight. Emmanuel Bro, Augustine Musa has also joined us. Henry To Jr. is also following the show tonight. Mary Tule, Rufus is joining us tonight. Rufus Coco, the last name is not showing from Brovary. I wonder it's Coco Lati. Abia Singer is also joining. Musa Sharif, Victoria Badio are all joining us tonight. Abraham Kroma, J. Augustus Help are also joining the show tonight. Odell Gibson from the US. Arnold Taylor from Michigan, also in the US. Abu Bakar Sharif, he said Chelsea 2. Okay, Chelsea. So according to Abu Bakar Sharif, Chelsea is leading 2-1. Now, Roland W2 is also joining us tonight from Battery Factory on the Japan Freeway. So, all of you, we encourage you to please share the live and invite others to follow the show. Now, this debate, this conversation is ongoing, is getting heated by the day. Something was written by Sam Jackson While we are with our guest to join us, I thought to share this. And so I think I want to read this what Jackson has written. Also, former CSA boss and former education minister also published his presentation made, and hoping we had the time to also read it. It's an interesting professional, technically professional piece that I think should be featured. But let me. This one is not too long, written by Sam Jackson. So let me see. So he writes. He said, I boycotted my own Spoon TV live last night to avoid using language on the government that would have exacerbated the division in the country. A division being caused by a desperate filthy administration. An administration that has not originated any plan of action to address the concoction of lies, wicked propaganda, and outright chicanery that brought it to power. I'm sick, disappointed, and deeply disturbed by the orgy of lies against Edwin Melvin Snow on his statement that he wants the government to fail. The lies have, I'm still looking out to see whether these guys have joined us. The lies have no boundaries. While I wish the government well, but on occasions, let's take this break. Let me take this break. Okay.
Cap with a J. There's no side G.
International, baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so we go 7 not taking pay. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but say they won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody faces the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your way? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your job? Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45. No system, no rules in place. So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp, it's an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man that ain't bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. We got our people that will vote that stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our proof from us. That's why they leave all in poverty. Just to see and walk away with impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there. Yeah, they stay. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people. Yeah, they stay.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so
Okay, yes, sorry. I sent the wrong link to the guests too. They were encountering challenges getting joining the show, and I just realized I sent them the wrong link. Okay, so let's run through what he wrote. He said, "I'm sick, disappointed, and deeply disturbed by the orgy of lies against Edwin Snow on his statement that he wants the government to fail. The lies have no boundaries." Yeah, I'm not too sure I'll be able to read it. All these calls coming in. Yeah. The lies have no boundaries. While I wish the government well, but on occasions, I do want some of their policies to fail because of incoherence, arrogance, and outright incompetence. and above all, their rejection of the cherished purpose, of the cherished principle of social equity, grandstanding, and political bigotry. Their winner take all attitude. The UP attack on CDC was as well oil machine of lies, conspiracy theories, and all-right efforts to ensure the government failed. Accusations of drug dealing by the administration, concerted efforts by supporters to engage the U.S. government to put sanctions on selected officials for all acts of corruption, lies that CDC officials killed auditors and 3 missing balls for organ harvest, organized protests for WIA to step down, called the government coup administration, other desperate and veiled acts against officials of the CDC. Yet, WIA graciously accepted defeat in order to avoid plunging the country into chaos. Just stop the disingenuous propaganda and patent dishonest rhetoric. Sam Jackson writes, your attacks on Edwin Snow are vicious. Why would your own president break bread with the senator on Unification Day, and a week later there is a wicked barrage of insinuating volleys of violent rhetorics? Here you go. Of violent rhetorics aimed at destroying the senator. Let me go back. We'll have to take this break again.
No side G.
International baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so give us 7 not take it big. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but they Christ in your way. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but they Christ in your way. Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place.
Yeah.
So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. Hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp is an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man that ain't bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. We got our people that will vote that stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they lead or import for take. Just to see and walk your way with impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there, yeah they stay. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people, yeah they stay.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Christ in your way. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Christ in your way. Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place, so corruption in our face. Hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, oh, hunger killing us.
La corruption est tout seul, Maximo est tout seul.
Let people.
Cap with a J. No side G.
International, baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your grace. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your job. Give us 7 now, take it big. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Now who come and save us now? Now who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your grace. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your job. Plenty people name for 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place.
Yeah.
So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. Hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp, it's an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man that ain't bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetites, but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. We got our people that we vote that stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they leave all in poverty. Just to see and walk away with impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there. Yeah, they say. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people. Yeah, they say.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your grace. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your job. Plenty people name for 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place, so corruption in our face. Hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, oh, hunger killing us.
Hasta la cosa es too soon. Máxima es too soon. Just stop it.
Liberian people, that House of Representatives, I always said to you people that if that us are depending on your will die.
Okay. That's what happens, when you're using this upgrading thing we're doing every day. We are upgrading. That's what happens when you are upgrading. Yeah. So our guest, I think they are okay now. To join the show, we have to be on the phone back and forth to drill them through the process. So and that's what we are. So I was reading you what Sam Jackson wrote, which is important, and then we got interrupted, but I think we can go back. There are a lot of things to talk about tonight, but again, we can because we have our guest tonight. There's a recording that you need to. We have to take break again, folks. Yeah, I know.
Cap with a J. No side G.
International, baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your grace. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so Honesty Christ in your job. Give us 7 now, take it big. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but they price in your way. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but they price in your job. Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place. Yeah. So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. Oh, hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp is an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man that ain't bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must think of. You got our people that will vote that stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they leave all in poverty. Just to see and walk away with the impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there. Yeah, they say. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people. Yeah, they say.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place, so corruption in our face. Hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, oh, hunger killing us.
La corruption est tout seul. Maxima est tout seul. Regardez.
Les Brown people, that House of Representatives, I always said to you people that if that us are depending on you will die.
Okay, again, just as we say, we have to be going back and forth. The system and then the internet is so terrible in some places. But that's it. We hope we can get it. Is that we're going to do 1 hour instead of the 1 hour 30 minutes. Maybe I should have stuff. But anyway, that's it. So Sam Jackson continues. He said, you organize protests for we to step down. You call on the government, you call the government Kuch administration. Other desperate and veiled acts against officials of the CDC. Yet we are graciously accepted defeat in order to avoid plunging the country into chaos. Just stop the disingenuous propaganda and patent dishonest rhetoric. Your attacks on Edwin Snow is vicious. Why would your own president break bread with the senator on Unification Day, and a week later there is a wicked barrage of incendiary volleys of folks, they'll have to make some adjustments.
Cap with a J, no side G,
international baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grave? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your job? We must have not taking pay. They stepping on us every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grave? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your job? Plenty people they import 40. One man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place.
Yeah.
So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us.
Hunger,
The hunger killing us.
hunger.
The hunger killing us. Oh, hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp is an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. That bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. You got our people that will vote that stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they lead all in poverty. Just to see and walk away with impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there. Yeah, they stay. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people. Yeah, they stay.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so plenty people they import 40. One man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place. So corrupt. International baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so People 7 not taking pay. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. You don't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day. Making everybody face this to front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so plenty people they import 40. One man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place.
Yeah.
So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us.
Hunger,
The hunger killing us.
hunger.
The hunger killing us. Oh, hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp is an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. That bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. You got our people that will vote that stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they lead all in poverty. Just to see and walk away with impunity. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there. Yeah, they stay. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people. Yeah, they stay.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so plenty people they import 40. One man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place. So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. The hunger killing us. Oh, hunger killing us.
Pastor la corruption est tout seul. Maxima est tout seul. You stop it.
Liberian people, that House of Representatives, I always say to you people that if I'm also depending on you will die.
J Baba,
Cap with a J. No style G.
international baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but the price ain't no draw. Give us 7 now, take it big. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but say they won't go killing us every day. Now who come and save us now? Now who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody faces to front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but the price in your way. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but the price in no job. Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place. Yeah. So corruption in our face. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us.
They say the devil was sharp, it's an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. That ain't bring all the hala there in the land. Corruption stay in the house. Too many appetite but hunger stay killing us. If you live to see the next day, you must thank God. We got our people that will vote and stay fooling us. They lie to us. All the hope and the promise that they made to us. So fly just to carry our vote from us. That's why they leave or import for take. Just to see and walk away with the penalty. You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Both people fall, let we pull it into there, yeah they stay. Now I will give it to the woman. Then I make it so we give it to the beginning. The begin trip so we give it to the old people, yeah they stay.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but the price in your way. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but the price ain't no job. Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45K. Don't say stand, no rules in place, so corruption in our face. Hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, oh, hunger killing us.
Liberian people, that House of Representatives, I always say to you people that if that us are depending on, you will die.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. Mm-hmm. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
I would not know if it's wrong, but one thing that I was not able to accomplish that I wanted to accomplish was after the war, the Liberian people elected me, and in fact, the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best. Any other regrets? The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia or that president will fit.
You get bring her to go see to the mainland too.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go Steve on the web post too.
Yeah, he said I'm a join to go see to the web mainland too to get money into the so that we go take it from there. I said, my man, how many bars for the same lecture?
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police people. Before the man called me back, I was on the 18th. They more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go Steve.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now I was in there around about 8:30. The man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You do for your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go Steve now?
No, I'm not go Steve. I go Steve. I go to yeah.
I educated man. Say the man go Steve.
How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand? Then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in the net now.
When the man call me in the net.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the
message you want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside, my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now, you carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
And the man say want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
In the Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You said one talk again. I wanted to mean whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you getting there. You say asking you too much question. Hey, they explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Oh, this technology thing here. It's a whole problem. I think we are good now. The fact that we have our first guest joining us, it says to us, the man was born internet age, and an internet man. I don't know how can we get he can't have problems in the show and that. But anyway, the man getting big, gray hair, everything, and so is there. But So, like we announced to all of you that tonight's edition of the show we're doing less talking and we're focusing on profiling Liberia's road projects with a deep emphasis on the WIA's administration or the CDC government. And so, two distinguished personalities who play a deep role in the entire process are the two Josephs who were at the Ministry of Public Works. Joseph Tor used to be the Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Public Works, and Joseph Jefferson Chessin also served as Assistant Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Public Works. They are versed with the procurement processes, all of the negotiations that took place and that started, where they all ended, contracts that were signed, where did they leave all of those contracts for those key road projects on the WIA. These are some of the reasons why they are joining us tonight to talk. So let me welcome former Assistant Minister Jefferson Chessin to the show. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the show for I don't know how many years.
Good morning, Austin, and thank you for the show. And I think you guys are doing a very good work there. And it's important that we have this kind of interchange to make sure that we put out the truth of about the standard that have been set for our presidency in this country. There has been a paradigm shift right now in the presidency. Former President George Manneh Weah has raised the bar of the presidency of this country by the level of which he has performed, he has delivered, and he has developed this country. So there's a lot of burden and requirement upon the presidency to perform. This is why you see the old man is fighting to perform, even though they don't have the ability to perform. But this is all because of what former President George Weah has done. But again, thank you, Austin, and we're here to do just what you said, provide the right information to the
I know this. Sure, and I know this whole conversation is about. I mean, it started when the current Minister of Public Works spoke about the corridor between Tabeta and Sweju, which is going to be is going to close the conversation, because I know you've done enough clarifications about this whole Tabeta to Sweju corridor thing. But since you are on another platform, we'll allow you the chance, if Tor joins us, to clear the air and provide the clarity regarding this Tabeta to Sweju corridor and all of that. But I wish we could go into now. We invited all of you to profile Liberia's road projects and honor George Weah, and which is important. So I'd like us to begin with an overview of. Did you join the Ministry of Public Works from the onset?
Yes, Austin. In fact, I was among the first people that were appointed at the Ministry of Public Works.
Okay. So you're best suited to speak to everything that transpired between 2018 to 2023, and you did not change. They didn't change you. You served for 6 years in that position.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, where did you meet the Ministry of Public Works? And where our conversation will focus on roads. What did you meet roads project or road projects? What kind of environment did you meet, and where did you start your new projects from? And where did you end?
Okay, so first thing, Austin, the current road length of our entire road network is about 13,000 kilometers. Out of the 13,000 kilometers, only about 745 kilometers. That represents maybe 5.7% that was paved up to 2017. So up to 2017, we have only 5.7% of our entire road network paved.
5.7%.
Yes, that is about 745 kilometers of the entire road network out of 13,000 kilometers. So our entire portfolio will have given us close to 454 kilometers who have been paved. But that is by December 2023. That's what we're targeting. And that was going to be at the end of our first term. And considering all the prevailing changes, that did not allow the ministry to do certain kind of works, we will pave up to 829.2 kilometers. That was our projection to be done, which was going to increase the total percentage by 3.5%. To that means the already 5.7% we had were to add another 3.5%.
So let's get this correct. You inherited, you took over
1,199 kilometers. That was our entire portfolio.
Okay, so I want to get this clear. So what you inherited was 5.7%.
5.7%.
That's amounted to 13 kilometers, right?
No. So also I repeat, our total road network is about 13,000 kilometers.
Okay, 13,000 kilometers.
Out of the 13,000 kilometers, when we took over in 2017, only 745 kilometers of the roads were paved. That represented about 5.7% of the total road network that were paved when we took over.
Correct. And so you were targeting to complete 829.2 kilometers.
Exactly. Which would have amounted to 3.5%. And that being added to the already 5.7%, we have gotten 9.2%.
Okay.
Which we have taken it up to 1,199 kilometers.
Okay.
And these are the roads that were targeted, right? Under the major highways, right? So we had the Sakopie to Tapeta, Fishtown to Kilipo. Then we had the Robertsport to Medina and the RI road.
Okay.
So these roads,
those are the major roads.
Sakopie to Tapeta is about 61 kilometers. The Fishtown to Kilipo is 20 kilometers. Robertsport to Medina is 42 kilometers. And RIA road is the entire length of the road is 45 kilometers. That will have been 168 kilometers. So during our administration, that is excluding the community roads, which I will come to.
Yeah,
that is just excluding. We're talking about a primary road network now. That is excluding our community roads. So when we took over, you remember during the campaign, there was a groundbreaking where the then Senator, former President George Manneh, we participated in that groundbreaking. That was from Banga to Saraye. From Banga to Saraye is about 81 kilometers. During our term, out of the 81 kilometers, we paved 65 kilometers. Currently, that is where we left it. And it is still at that point after almost 1 year, 6 months. Almost 1 year, 6 months. It's still at the same point where we left it. Then we have the Ganta Sanikwele to Yekepa. The Ganta Sanikwele to Yekepa is about 67 kilometers. Out of the 67 kilometers, we paved 37 kilometers already. That road was funding was secured, project signed, implementation started already under our administration. This funding for that particular road has been secured 100%.
Okay.
This current administration has nothing to do with financing. The only thing they got to do build on our successes. What we were doing, just continue. Since government is continue on our success. Because we show that where we didn't succeed, they wouldn't succeed. But at least let this government succeed on our successes that we've made already. We did all the heavy lifting already for them. All they need to do is just continue working. Contractors are all in place. Consultants are all in place. Next is the Ganta to Saklepi, which is about 39 kilometers. Out of the 39 kilometers, we paved about 20 kilometers already. Paved as of 2023. As of June 2023, it was already paved. Then we have the Harper to Kalukin. But before Harper to Kalukin, let's just go in sequence. We had what we call the Sanikwele to Lokato.
Okay.
That is 47.1 kilometers. All of that, we did 22 kilometers already. Paved, everything, funded, everything. Contract signed, contractor on the road already working and everything. All they need to do is to continue from where we stop. Then the Harper now to Kalukin is about 50 kilometers.
50 kilometers.
All these projects were initiated under our administration. So Harper to Kalukin is 50 kilometers. Out of the 50 kilometers, we paved close to 30 kilometers. That is around 9.6 kilometers, approximately 30 kilometers paved. Then we have the Kalukin to Fishtown. Kalukin to Fishtown is about 80 kilometers long. We paved the entire 80 kilometers, completed 100%. Harper Junction to Kavala Custom. You know the border between Liberia and Ivory Coast, right? The custom border right there where the bridge collapsed, yes.
Sure.
So we paved that road from Harper Junction straight to Kavala Custom border. That was about 16 kilometers. All of that 16 kilometers, exactly 16 kilometers were paved 100%. You are already aware of the ERW to Cocoa Factory. Completed 100%. That is about 6.1 kilometers. So approximately 98% completed. That is about 8 or 9% were completed. So they just had to do the finishing touches, the dressing, cleaning the light posts and everything, which you see now they're boasting about. You are aware of the Somalia Drive Phase 2, which is one of the projects we inherited from the former government.
Yeah.
They did the Phase 1 of the Somalia Drive, and then the Phase 2, we completed the Phase 2. 100%. The Phase 2 it was about 13.2 kilometers, which are also completed. Then we come to the most talk about RI Road. The total level of the RI Road, and I need to expand on this a little bit, right?
Please do.
The total level of the RI Road is 45 kilometers. That road was contracted initially on a concession agreement, and the total cost of that road is about $116 million. That is inclusive of consultancy, drawing, supervision, furnishing, fixture, including the lights, painting, everything of that road. The full cost. It was we hire an international consultancy firm that came in from Korea. In fact, they call them Ishley. They came in from Korea. They did the drawing, the bill of quality, the design, and everything. And so the cost of the road at the maximum cost, give and take, the maximum cost was about 160 million. 160 million. 160 million went into the concession agreement and closed it up. But Austin, it will surprise you to note that the Ministry of Public Works under this government is currently, according to our information gathered, is currently trying to increase the cost of that corridor by 25 million. And what is even more astonishing is that they are reducing the quality of the road and the scope of works.
I mean, explain that. I mean, I need to understand that they are increasing by 25 million, and they are reducing the quality. I need to understand what that means.
So the road was designed to be built at certain standard, right?
Okay.
So the Ministry of Public Works now is making adjustment in that standard, thereby reducing it. And the entire scope of work. So for example, if the sidewalk should have been maybe 6 kilometers wide, maybe they're reducing it to around 5 kilometers or 5 meters. So if that is the case, if there's reduction in the scope of works, if there's reduction in the standard, in the grading of the works, then subsequently the cost of the road should be reducing, not increasing. So you're changing the scope of work, you're reducing the scope of works, you're reducing the standard that we left on the road, but then at the same time requesting additional 25 million to be increased in the cost of the road. I mean, that is broad daylight corruption. But that is the last straw that will break the camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
This government will not corrupt the Liberian people to that extent.
So where did you leave the RI road?
So the RI road has started. They did all the drainages, the bridges to an extent. It was about close to 10% completion, or about 0.8% kilometer was done.
Okay.
So the road just started. So we received the first batch of the payment that was used to start the project. In fact, let me tell you one thing about that road. When we took over, the Unity Party government had about $22 million to pave the road that leading to the former president's house. I mean, that's how dangerous the Unity Party was and how much they hated this country. You spent $22 million to pave road just going to the former president's farm?
But you mean presidential leave?
Yes! They had $22 million in the budget to build the road from you know her farm in, I think, where is that? Is it in Common?
Yeah, it's in Coming.
Mm-hmm. So they wanted to construct the road going to her farm for $22 million. That's how the president said, President Weah said no. This $22 million were diverted towards the beginning of the RIA road. That's how we started the RIA road. That's how the RIA road got started. It took the astute leadership of President Weah to have the RIA road started. That money they want to use it to pave the road going on Ellie's farm. I mean, that's how much they hate the Liberian people. How can you even do that? You can't wrap your head around that. Spend $22 million just to pave road going to somebody's farm. I mean, so the president said, no, this is unacceptable. We'll divide that money to the commencement of the construction of the RIA road. Then while we are going, then we start to raise the money along the way. That's how come we started the RIA road. The president was far-sighted in doing that. Nobody thought that we have even built it. When we started that road, the very United Party now that's claiming glory for that road, when they were insulting us, telling us it's not possible to build that road. It's not possible. In fact, the way you're starting the road, it will not work. The contractor you got there is not competent to do the road. The very United Party people. And Austin, it would surprise you to know that the same contractor that we hire is the same contractor they're working with. The amount of money that came, I hear them saying, oh, the contractor going with more speed than the speed they were doing on a just. Can you imagine that elementary comment? In fact, we expected by now, the contractor will have almost completed. That's a 3-year contract. We expected by now they will be far beyond where they are. The reason why they're moving at a slow pace, they're moving, is because they are changing the scope of works and reducing the standard of the road to extort money. That's what they're doing. Why are you doing the extra money? And the road stay at the same cost. So that's why you see the moving so slow. But we expected by that because all the money was already in country before the election. And the president said we should just put halt to that construction until after the election.
Where did you
So
what
how
did you
is that?
source where did you source the funds from for the
Okay.
RI road?
So the RIA road is a pre-financed project by the bank.
Okay.
So the bank pre-financed to an extent. After that money is exhausted, we do a full assessment. Then government start to repay the money. So the bank have front loaded the money already just before the campaign, and so we put a halt to the full construction until after election. So right now they have almost all the money to do the road. So they should even be moving faster than what they're doing. But this was the same contractor that said was incompetent to do the road. This is the same road that some of our government officials were sanctioned because of this road. They said we're corrupt to do that road. They said we're not possible. They said the money was too much. Now they're opting to add $25 million to the already 116 overburden cost on that road. I mean, this is the deceptiveness of the Unity Party that I can't fathom. You lied about that particular road. You spoil our name. You told all the lies in this country that the RIA road was a mess. Now, the only glory you got to take in your almost 1 year, 6 months in power is the RIA road.
Now, let's talk about
because all the other roads are named. Also, surprisingly, no, they haven't fully started working on the roads. They haven't. They just, when they pass one side, one road in Central Monrovia, they go there, take pictures. You just passing road. We built roads. In our first deliverables, in the first 100 days of we constructed the documented road. Physical evidence of construction, impossible construction in the rainy season. The president insisted that road must be constructed, and it was done. I mean, this is level of performance that went on.
now. Let us spend some time talking about the bridge to bridge project. Before we'll move on to other projects. Since this one is in Monrovia and all of that, I hear people say always, Mr. Bwaka took over from day one and he started doing the bridge to bridge project. We see Freeport is being paved to Ceylon Town and moving to Loki Town, and they are breaking down, demolishing structures and all of that, doing drainages. What history or what profile do you have about this bridge to bridge project?
Okay, so the bridge to bridge is somehow connected to the extension of the Japanin Freeway.
Okay.
Because we had a discussion with the Japanin to continue the construction of the Somalia Drive all the way to the new bridge.
You mean the pattern? The Gilbert Tucker
Yes.
Bridge? Okay.
So they come there and come towards town, right? So we had a discussion with them already. They agree in principle that they were going to construct the road. We just needed to put some of the final documents together and allow them to start the funding of the road.
Okay.
So because of that, we said the government is saying that since this will be done, then we need to do a better work from Freeport all the way to Beaumont Bridge, because the current contract is now up to St. Paul's Bridge. Actually, it's up to Beaumont Bridge.
Okay.
So the government funded that money, 100% government money. We conducted the procurement process. In fact, I supervised that process. We conducted the procurement process, selected a contractor, made the advance payment. We worked on the drawings, the technical specification for that road, for that particular road, the scope of works. Everything was done by the Ministry of Power under our administration. We had groundbreaking. You remember at that time, the president was out of the country, so the justice minister was the acting president back then. He attended that groundbreaking. We did the groundbreaking and we made advance payment to the contractor. The contractor started work and we entered into the rainy season. We advised him not to continue to work because of the rain. He wouldn't do good work. So after that, we entered into elections and then we have a change of government. So what they are doing now is everything that we established. It's everything is the working on our backs. So my question here is, after almost 1 year, 6 months, what have you brought to the table? What have you brought? What have you done? What? I mean, besides taking glory for what we did. What have you done? My point is, I mean, the essence of us doing these works is to benefit the country. And
It's
government
true.
continue to do the work. But why you do it? Give credit to the previous government. You cannot discredit our works. And that is completely unacceptable. You can't discredit our works.
What do you know about this? Because I know you want to spend some time. Master, I'm interested, and the audience is also interested in hearing you spending some time talking about this whole allegation that was made by the Minister of Public Works, where he alleged that your government spent over $29 million of the funding for the Tabata to Surgery Road, and you didn't do any work on the road, but you still, the records show that you spent $29 million for doing nothing on between the corridor from Tabata to Sueju. Let's firstly historicize that whole Tabata to Sueju corridor. Let's know what it looks like, and the source of the funding, what's the cost of the project, and then we'll talk about the allegation that you spent $29 million.
So first thing, Austin, let's deal with the allegation. For me, I'm interested in truth. And the reason why we should be interested in truth is because the Ministry of Public Works is the lead ministry in our infrastructure sector. If this ministry is blooded down in lies, misinformation, and deception, it makes it very difficult for anybody to trust this government. Anything coming from the Ministry of Public Works now, we got to double check it, because we know that the minister lies through your teeth about everything. Everything. He lies through your teeth about everything. It's how possible just by using the World Bank procedure alone, that by no means you can anybody by no means can embezzle or misuse or misapply $29 million of World Bank money, and then World Bank come back and still refund that money.
Refund the project.
Yeah.
The same project.
Yeah, the same project. You misuse $29 million. World Bank comes back without making any comment, without conducting any audit, comes back and refund the same project. I mean, just by the reasonable man's standard, it's not logical. Just by the reasonable man's standard, it's not logical. You cannot. First thing, no government. Welcome, Minister Tor.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Are you the host here to be welcoming people to my show?
Oh, man, I see my boss. I got welcome the man. What your problem?
Mr. Tor, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Austin. It's been a difficult thing getting in, man. So
I know. Sorry. That's the.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Austin.
Okay, so Jeff, just continue from where you stop, and then we'll join Minister Tor.
Yeah. So first thing, just by the reasonable man's standard, it's not possible for our administration to misuse $29 million of World Bank's money, and then the same World Bank, without making any comment about it, without conducting any audit, without flagging it, comes back and refund the same project. It's almost impossible. But first thing, Austin, if $29 million of the World Bank's money was misused, is it a partisan minister that has corruption scandal already hanging over him would be the one to flag it? No. The World Bank itself was going to flag it. Granted, you are the clean man. You are the best minister. Why don't commission an audit and make properly the report? Why lie? No $29 million whatsoever was misused under our administration for the World Bank project. That entire corridor is under the secret arrangement.
What is that?
The road fund
was
established as a partnership with the private sector investment. In fact, there was no road fund before our administration. It was in the formative stage of the road of the road fund. It was just in the very beginning, just the discussion. We operationalized the road fund, and Mr. Todd will speak to that more. We operationalized the road fund. Now, COVID came and hit. That made it almost impossible for any private, partnership to invest some money into the road fund. The president gave me his desire for the construction of the road leading to the southeast. He had to conduct a high-profile meeting with the World Bank and the manager and said, "Look, listen, we understand there's money here for retrap. Let's apply this money towards the southeastern corridor." However, we needed an exemption for that because the contract already signed the project document, everything together. So you cannot change that. You needed an exemption from the World Bank to do that, which was given by the bank. Under the arrangement that the government of Liberia itself will front load the first money to start the construction of the road. While the road is being constructed, then the bank will come in to help to finance the road. That's what happened. No 29 million was missing of World Bank money. None whatsoever. Gideon is a liar or he is not knowledgeable about what he's doing at the Ministry of Public Works.
Jefferson Chessing is a former assistant minister for administration at the Ministry of Public Works. In fact, I'm told you used to work with the Ministry of Public Works before, but at the managerial or the level or as consultant.
Yeah, okay, so let me let you know about that. So under the Ellens arrangement, under Ellens government, they had what they call the Senior Executive Service. It was a program that was designed to recruit Liberians professionals that have been working within the UN system in the diaspora to come back and contribute and provide knowledge, training, and mentoring in the civil service.
Okay.
That is how we recruited at tier 1 level. And I worked as the procurement consultant at the Ministry of Public Works under former Minister Donzo and former Minister Kofi Woods. And so that is how I served at that level. So I was directly a consultant to the minister's office at the time under the Senior Executive Service arrangement.
Okay, Mr. Todd, again, thanks for joining the show. You will pick up from where Jeff stopped, especially placing emphasis on this entire operationalization of the road fund, and then we can continue from there. And then you were weighing on the Tabeta to Zweju corridor that is being alleged that 29 million was used by the government. But what I would need you to place emphasis on is the formal conversations that were held. If you were privy to those conversations between the government of Liberia and the World Bank, I would need you to share that experience and that knowledge with our audience.
Okay, so thank you very much, Austin. And thank you to Minister Chessing for being very robust, for providing the information. He's trying to really address some of the situations that we have in this country about lies. Yeah, so commencing with the road fund. So when we took over as a government, the road fund in actuality was just in ink.
Ink, meaning it was just on paper.
On paper, that's what I mean. Just in ink. And so the government of Liberia, there by His Excellency President Weah, being very, very much far-sighted, decided that, look, this road fund issue, we've been hearing about it for years and years off. And so there was a need to ensure that it take off, because government needs to mobilize funding to cater to the roads of our country. Because one of the binding constraints of Liberia on with the development is road connectivity. Mm-hmm. So we will not be able to prosper economically if we don't put in a lot of efforts in trying to address that binding constraint, road, energy, and what have you. And so the government took off the process vigorously. It showed that the road fund became operational, formed a tentative office for the road fund at the Ministry of Finance, recruited the road fund manager, and got the road fund fully operational. And so from there, the road fund started becoming to be active right under the government of His Excellency President George Manneh Weah. And so before then, there were road fund, but that road fund was in the ink, as I said, paper. That's it. So coming to the Ganta Sakepe, Tapeta, Tapeta, Toastan, all the way to Vergu. That corridor is named in star sequence. There was discussion here in the past about that corridor. And there have been numerous discussions that took place even before President Eddie Johnson said he came to power. That road has been one of the corridors that successive Liberian government have always tried to pave, but they couldn't. They couldn't. And so when we came to power, the president reviewed the activities of that road, starting with, like I said, way back the Tubman era, the Tubman era, the Dole era, and then Eddie. So he identified the situation to be, lack of some political will. And so he said to the World Bank, but then the final document we made in process was that, look, the World Bank and the government of Liberia was going to use the road fund. Don't forget I told you the road fund was actually just on paper.
Correct.
But they were going to use monies collected from the road fund as a guarantee, like a collateral. And now look, whenever you get public finance, you mobilize public finance to invest on our road, to do the construction on our road, the road fund will be used for repayment. Are you getting me?
Correct, sure.
And so that arrangement, private people, when they're doing investment, they always look at return on investment and they look at payback period. And so revenue from the road fund, if you just did an analysis of it, it was inadequate to finance or to serve as a backup. It was inadequate to serve as a guarantee for any public finance person to be able to invest the money for a long term. And so what the government did, the government realized that, look, if we should continue on the model, we will be waiting for the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and we'll not be able to achieve what we want to achieve as a government. And so the government decided to have a negotiation with the World Bank, and the bank agreed that, look, the government of Liberia could use her own resources, taxpayer resources, to front load the cost of the construction of the road from Ganta to Sakepe. And so that agreement was entered into, the World Bank supported that. And so the government decided, look, so we will pave the road in order for us as a country to show to the World Bank and the other development partners that we are serious. We'll take on the construction of the road from Ganta straight to Sakepe, which is 39 kilometers.
Okay.
The government started a groundbreaking ceremony was done in Ganta. The World Bank people were present, other development partners were present, officials of government, people from civil society, everybody was there. In fact, the World Bank guy, Queen Mabaden, praised the government of Liberia for being very innovative. And so that had that project kick off. And in addition to that, the government of Liberia, led by His Excellency President George Manneh Weah, was also keen in making sure that not just Ganta to Sakepe, but the government was keen on ensuring that, look, the bank come forward with money that could pave the road from Sakepe to Tapeta, and then from Tapeta.
Okay, we are having conversation with two distinguished former officials of the CDC government. I think Minister Thor's gadget system is being distorted. I don't know what it is, but I hope
Yeah,
you
Austin. So Austin.
Yeah.
So while we wait for Minister Thor to, okay, Minister Thor is back. Good.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so sorry. Technology, and sometimes the power fluctuate here, especially the internet connectivity. And so the government was very keen on making sure that it was not just to pave the road from Ganta to Sakepe, but to ensure that the pavement is done between Ganta Verdry, and all the way linking Fishtown. And so the government decided to mobilize resources working with the World Bank. And the government was very successful in getting the World Bank to come with money. Because, mind you, the first idea that was being used, it was something that could just delay the process, and it was not going through. And so, based on the innovative draft of the president and his cabinet, the World Bank now was pushed to come in with the money for the pavement of the road from Sakepe to Tapeta. They also make available money for the pavement of the road from Tapeta to Tostown.
Correct.
Sakepe, Tapeta, we were able to get a contractor. The contractor started construction, actual construction. The procurement process for the road from Tapeta to Tostown was completed. The contractor started to mobilize. What was left was to do groundbreaking. And that groundbreaking issue is something that been discussed over and again, and Jeff even elaborated on it yesterday.
Sure.
And so, in addition to that, fundings were also gotten from the bank to also pave the road from Tostown to Zredru. And so all these things you hear about people talking about the starting road pavement between Tapeta to Zredru, they're trying to take Unoshelvin. It's nothing but the same lies that were done to mislead the Liberian people into voting them into power this 2023 election. The fact of the matter is, all of those places were fully covered. And so that is the information concerning that road. And that road, in fact, the maintenance that is currently taking place on other aspects of the road that is still under procurement. As a matter of fact, they go ahead for the contract to be awarded for the Tostown and Zredru corridor. That process was delayed because the bank had a situation. And that situation had to do with the environmental issue of wildlife in our environment.
Yeah.
You know, the bank got strict regulation when the bank got strict regulation when it comes to protecting the species of a particular environment. Especially you're talking about chimpanzee and all of that and what have you. My information is that just this few time, that study is being completed. That road will be done. But it was under the regime of His Excellency President Weah that the whole process took off.
Now, sorry for the interruption, but I needed to spend some time talking about some other community or feeder roads. Of recent, we saw folks from the government posting a couple of works being done in the Matadi area. Can you spend some time talking about those interventions as well? What do you know about those projects, especially the ones taking place in the Matadi area, the new and old Matadi area? I see the major roads or the major streets are being paved.
So, Austin, again, like we said yesterday, the government is continuing. What the United Party is attempting to do is to single-handedly take glory for projects that they got no understanding about.
Minister Tor, let me weigh in on Alakwasi Road. So thank you, Minister Tor. So yes, Austin, that is the Lakwasi Road, LORC Road, Matali Drive, Popo Beach Road, the PCA to Nizo Road, and Benar Farm Road, and one more the Ministerial Complex Bypass Road. Mr. Toy, you remember the Ministerial Complex Bypass Road, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So all the roads were in one lot already for contract and everything. It has been marked and everything. We structured the entire lot to cover all those areas because the intention was to decongest that area. We should construct that road from the Ministerial bypass that links straight to the old road. That was included. That is about 1.5 kilometers. Then we have the Benar Farm Road that they are going to do. And watch my word, Austin, they will do these roads because they don't have an option. We've already processed All the documents were in place for the construction of these roads. The Ministerial Complex bypass, the Bernard Farm Road, the PCA to Nizo Road, the Popo Beach Road, the Matali Road, the LORC Road, the Lapasi Road. The Lapasi Road is about 2.5 kilometers. The LORC Road is about 2.5 kilometers. The Matali Drive is about 0.9 kilometers. Popo Beach Road is about 1.5 kilometers. The Nizo Road is about 1.5. Bernard Farm Road is about 3.2 kilometers. And we have the Ministerial Complex bypass and Fantitan Road. So all these roads were in one lot that should have been started right after the election, because all the documents were done. The consultancy on that road, the drawing, the specification, everything, the scope of work, everything was already set up.
Does that include funding for those projects?
But that road was being conducted under the road fund.
Okay.
Yes, on the road fund. That was Liberia, the government Liberia own taxpayer money projects there. Those are community roads, right? So they were done under sponsored by the road fund. They were already, in fact, in the road fund document for funding for the next year, because we did all the work on that road. We did all. Listen, Austin. And the good thing about this is that the Liberian people have realized that the Unity Party strive or survive on lies and deception. We are saying, yes, you're trying, you're patching the roads, but the roads are maintenance roads, not construction, Austin. Let be clear about that. They're patching those roads. Those roads are existing roads that are going bad. So yes, you're not patching those roads. You're patching all those handful of roads, then you're telling us that we're building roads. Those roads were all the works on the roads were done. We did all the lifting on the road. We did all the works. All the scope of works, the drawings, and everything were done by us. Everything was set in the road fund for funding. And you know the road fund don't build roads. They don't build new roads. They maintain roads. Don't really maintenance what they're doing. And so to say they're building roads, no, you're not building, you're maintaining the roads.
Another thing I think, another project that I need you all to speak to is the Medina to Rubber Sports corridor. Is there any significant reason or clear or explanation why you could not start the pavement of that road after you launched the project? I'm told you announced that you secured funding for the project and all of that. You started road works. I don't know. Is that why you call lifting? All of that. You keep using lifting. What is that?
Asking. Medina to Rubber Sport was fully awarded. Procurement process completed, funding available, contractor even started works. Clearing and grubbing has started. Construction site was selected. We have meetings with the community people to provide land space for the construction site. The contractor started working on that road already.
Yeah, so let me just throw in there quickly, Jeff. So I'm saying that corridor, nobody should tell you, say we didn't start it. That corridor took off, covers were being done, actual construction started, it took effect. One of the issues that slowed it down from being paved was an environmental issue that came up about the quarry site. The quarry site is where the contractor identify and approve by the Ministry of Public Works, the EPA, forestry, and other entities of environmental entities of government. The site, the place that was identified, when the contractor moved in there to start mining rocks that could be used for base coats and other activities on the road, the community started demonstrating. The community said that place was a protected area. And so once the community raised that issue, it requires the government working with international partners to ensure that what the community is saying to verify, to see if it is true or not. It was one of the main factors that slowed it down from for actual pavement to get started, because you need rocks to be able to do a lot of the activities on the road. And
You have
need
to
rocks
settle the unresolved issues with the community dwellers and all of that before proceeding with the
Exactly.
actual.
Exactly. So the FDA came in. In fact, people had demonstration. The thing became national news, and so that was one of the factors where that road did not receive asphalt pavement, or what we call quota. In addition to that, some of the leaders of the county, the road, if you see the contract says Medina Rubber Sports. But leaders of the political leaders of the county, including the former Senator Barney Shema, they requested that instead of the pavement starting from Medina, it should start from Rubber Sport. So that was the second issue.
Why was
So
it an issue?
whenever
Why was it an issue?
you say that?
Why was that an
It was
issue?
It was an issue because, mind you, when you're doing road construction, you go through a lot of documentation, legal documentation. If the contract says Medina Rubber Sports, and you negotiate the contract, you finalize it. Once it's doing execution, you try to change it, it has to do with cost. Because if you are taking material to Rubber Sport before you can start pavement, it's a different thing altogether
Okay.
compared to you starting and carrying it. So you see that. So those are some of the issues that delay it. But I tell you the truth, that it didn't require any other thing besides resolving those issues and then getting the contractor to continue road works. That's it.
Now, it's almost it will like 5 minutes to 10 o'clock for us to close, but we might go additional 15 minutes because I need you to speak to one important issue. There's a corner to Fronjama. We saw former president, we are breaking ground between that corridor, and there were no reports about significant works being done in that corridor. The CDC came to power. We are just being told that road works were done. To what extent were works done on that road? If there were impediments, you care to talk about the impediments of that road, because it seems like the Ministry of Public Works or the contractors can be so slow with the works with their works, and the Ministry of Public Works at times seems so complacent in the supervision or the monitoring to ensure that the works are carried out with speed.
All right. So can I weigh in?
Sure. The question is for you.
All right, thank you. So let's get into proper context, okay?
Okay.
So Konya, you said Vonyama Konya, right?
Yes.
So that corridor is a whole package, beginning with Banga Salaye, Konya, Vonyama. All right. So phase one started from Banga, and Mayu, I don't know whether people talk about this before. Mayu, that corridor is among one of the corridors in the country, including the Southeast. Even though Vice President Harry Fulman Modua served under the Dole regime, he came from Lufa. For 10 years, a former Vice President and now President Joseph Newman Boakai also is a son of Lufa. For 12 consecutive years, they could not, I repeat, they could not get that road to get started, to take it off ground. They could not. They could not. We always have a Banga-Menekoma Highway, and nothing was done about it. And so, when President Weah came to power, yes, a groundbreaking ceremony was done during the campaign, which was highly political, and we can understand that. When CDC came to power, the CDC reviewed documentation, and at the end of the day, the CDC decided to be very robust in approaching the Arabs, the Kuwaiti Fund, and other donors to get our road started. a lot of commitments were made. And so the pavement, the road construction work actually took off from Banga towards Salaye. As we speak, significant portion of that road has been completed. The first time in the history of Liberia. So the next corridor from Salaye, Zozo, Konya, mobilization for resources was completed, contract signed, and all that was needed to be done was for the job to kick off. And then from Konya to Bonjama, the same thing. The same Arab landlords. And so you spoke about the Minister of Public Works, not supervising vigorously the way they should. But I say this to you, road construction, that's why the Unity Party thought all the road works that were being done in this country, it was a joke. They took it a big joke. Road construction requires time, it requires plenty resources, and every other thing you talk about. And so what the CDC government did, we should be receiving a pat on the back. President Weah should be hailed by the people of Lofa Kante for being the first president. Honor 6 years. And I say honor 6 years because COVID-19, 2019, right after government came to power 1 year later, COVID-19 struck. And COVID-19 took 2 years of the 6 years from President Weah. But yesterday, that project got started and actual pavement was done, completing the whole of Bon County. The stretching from Bon County, from Banga, all the way to the water side, Balatua. Completely paved from Balatua all the way to Salaye. And so what the current team at the Ministry of Public Works should do, take off from where we left it. Let them start giving excuses. You got the money already. Go ahead and do the pavement. Go ahead and work. When we were there, we did maintenance and we did actual construction. All we've been hearing about is to get a road pliable. In fact, the first thing they told us that no car was going to get stuck. And you saw it when the rain season came. You saw what happened. People could not have access to Bonjama. You saw that. And so the former government did what she could. In 4 years, and the community rules you talk about, in 4 years, all those things were achieved. Then you talk about electricity, which I know you'll talk about another time. You talk about schools. You talk about housing units being built for ordinary people in the counties. You talk about a park being built to get our sons and daughters going there for recreation. Every day when I drive into town, I see different schools giving the children to the Invisible Park. I see different recreation activities taking place on the PSP, at the PSP Park. If you visit Clarendon, the same. If you visit Newtown, the same. If you visit West Point, the same. Innovation. That's what we need in this country, and that's what we're lacking. People thought those things were so impossible, and President Weah made them possible. Hospitals were being built. Schools were being built. And Jeff talked about electricity yesterday. See what will happen. Look, Liberians, don't forget. Yes, as you drive on the Arahai road, focus on the road, but just level your head a little bit. Do you know how those giant-sized iron posts linking Buchanan, linking first Roberts Street, and then going all the way to Buchanan? Do you know how the thing happened? You think that was magic? You think that was just some of the president sitting there with just not thinking? Guess what? Those things were achieved in 4 years. The first time in the history of this country where a president would take modern housing units to the leeward counties to get people who are living in destitution to migrate from that life to a better living condition. We heard about higher from mat to mattress. But President Weah brought actual innovation in the governing space of Liberia. And these are the things people should be worrying about. Let them start just lying to the Liberian people about what they're doing and what they're not doing. Focus on the job. You told the people you are going to harmonize, you are going to revert harmonization. You didn't achieve, you are yet to do it. You told the people you are going to increase medical doctor pay to the extent that the medical people were sinking all over. You harmonize my pay, I will harmonize your vote. To date, you are yet to do it. You are yet to do it. And so, Austin, you guys are the journalists. You guys are the bridge between the government and the people with respect to information. You actually got a hard question. Besides all the projects that the CDC-led government initiated, let them name you one project that they have broken ground for as part of the plan. People talk about the rest of Ghana. Yeah, they talk about rule of law. You don't see them breaking the laws every day in this place? Have you not seen them? Is the Liberian people not seeing them? So many areas we could talk about in our national life. This is not rules. Look,
Minister Tor, I like the way you are. I like the way you are introducing some of these very important topics, which I think is important. And this is where my next question was coming to you and Jeff. There are people who believe, and this opinion comes from the two sides of the political divide in our country. They believe that you from the CDC have not done sufficiently enough to keep the public informed about your intentions, about your workings, about your progress, about your achievements, and you believe that they are supposed to talk for themselves. And so you create a vacuum that the people who were opposition then exploited and came to power. And the fact that they exploited that space and came to power, they believe that that is your weakness. And while they're in power, they should continue using that as a weakness by exploiting the space and providing misinformation to the audience. And the audience seems to be buying into it to some extent. It's good that you guys are coming out now and providing clarity and making yourselves available, even at night, leaving your comfort zones at night to be on radio after 10 o'clock and providing this information. I hope you guys can continue on this path until 2028 and 2029.
So Austin, I for some reason I went off for the Cornell question you asked. I don't know if Mr. Tor provided all the information on it.
Yeah. Except you want to weigh in, then you can.
I just want to share some light. I think if you already did, but just to share some light on it first before we come to where you talk, because
please go ahead.
Road, that corridor is important. You remember during the campaign, Minister Todd, the former president broke ground for the Banga to Salaye Road. Yeah, the Banga to Salaye Road is about 81 kilometers, right? So work started on that road, advanced everything. Work continue on the road. So the whole project is actually Banga to Salaye, Salaye to Konya. Salaye to Konya is another 49 kilometers. Then you have Konya to Vonjema, which is about 68 kilometers. Then you have Vonjema to Manikoma, which is about 80 kilometers. That entire corridor, besides the Banga to Salaye, the former president had already engaged the Kuwaiti government to sponsor the entire construction of that road. And I just heard somebody say, "Oh, this government, when they had discussion with the Kuwaiti people and they come to resume." And Austin, put me on record. They will not resume construction on that road. You know why? They lack the ability to convince the Kuwaiti to fund the construction of that road. And put me on record for that. They will not commence the construction of that road. They are not able to convince the Kuwaiti to fund that entire corridor. The Banga to Salaye, yes, it will go ahead. We started the construction. Everything is going ahead. But going far all the way to Manikama, they wouldn't be able to do that construction. because they don't have the capacity. I hear them posting that the finance minister and other people. It's so lie, the regular lies they survive on. The same lie they brought with the 300 little buses. It's the same lie they lying on that Medicama Road. The same lie they told about the equipment, the yellow machine. It's the same lie again they carry on that Medicama Road. It's a lie. They will not construct that road. I challenge them. They will never. Look, the same lies they carry around. It's the same lies that continue. Look, the problem about lie is that you can't just lie one lie. When you lie once, now you gotta be chasing another lie with another lie, and that is how the Unity Party is going to the demise. They're on the track of self-destruction. Liberian people are not that stupid, Austin. People think Liberian people are stupid. They're not. Liberian people have already realized that the Unity Party can only survive on lies. And watch me, put me on record. They will not construct that road.
You are already on the record, and I see a couple of UP folks messaging me, laughing as okay. I think they want to. So we will open the telephone lines for your participation very shortly. Mr. Tom, you want to come in before we open the lines?
Yes, quickly.
Okay, please do.
And again, we've been hearing about interventions on roads within the counties. Look, Austin, and I will repeat this over and again. And you are right. You know why we decided? Look, we were so focused on doing the job than just talking. While the Unity Party was in the back, just lying. And so, lies told over and over repeatedly, people tend to believe it. But here is one of the facts. Guess what? When we went to the Ministry of Public Works, we inherited 0 equipment. You know what? The one they left there was completely broken down. The two Mercedes trucks.
You mean the Ministry of Public Works did not have any? When you say equipment, you mean heavy duty?
Look, we didn't have functional trucks. We didn't have load bear. We didn't have
Mr. Tom, we have one excavator, brand new excavator that they bought, and Gideon gave it to his friend to use as a private construction company to crush rock for the Somalia Drive.
They damaged it.
What?
They damaged it.
They damaged that equipment. That was the only equipment we inherited from them.
So Austin, all of 6 years, in addition to all the things I named, the government of Liberia entered into a procurement contract with ABK to procure 42 brand new earth-moving equipment. 42. And guess what? Of that 42 pieces, we were able to get 26 before leaving from office.
To include what?
Oh, you mean the 26?
Yes.
We had 10 trucks. We had 10 trucks. That way I'll get on the names. We have of the 10 trucks, we received 6. 1 bulldozer, front end loader 4, compactor 3, excavator 2, load belt trailer. You know the load belt trailer that moves the equipment 2.
Yeah.
Water browser tank 1, fuel tank 2, Mercedes, the mechanical servicing area now. So look, all the one I'm talking about, of the truck we received 6 trucks. The boat
we received 4 graders.
The front end loader we received 4. The compactors we received 3. The load belt we received 2. The fuel tank we received 1 fuel tank. Pickups 2. We also received motor grader 4. Jackhammer 1. Totaling 26 pieces of equipment, brand new equipment that we left with them. So those are the equipment that are being used now in the counties. So you see, in addition to all the construction we're doing, we also brought in equipment on all these things. All the discussions were led by a very active president who was totally awake 24 hours thinking about his country, how to change the life of his people, how to improve the livelihood of his people. That is why he could go in the interior You cannot go in the interior to your parents and see them living in a very decent home. Those who are living in touch houses. All right. So many things we have to talk about. So many things we have to talk about. So any intervention, and I hope the people in Nima, the people in Grange there, the people in Fishtown, the people in Maryland, Sastown, and other counties, including Sino, Riverside. I hope you're listening to this. All the trucks that you see with MPW on the yellow trucks, all the equipment you see, those were equipment procured by the government of the former president, His Excellency President George Manuel Weah.
And I think we have to schedule another edition of the show to focus on infrastructure generally instead of just focusing on roads, because it seems a lot were achieved under the CDC regime that the government could not spend time talking about, probably because they were concerned about working than talking. And so I think we need to find time to talk about infrastructures. I think it's important. Mr. Chesson and Mr. Tor and all the former officials will start bringing you here now to start having a panel discussion about your achievements and your progress. So we have to dispel some of these lies. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the two main numbers to call and be a part of the show tonight. The WhatsApp number for those of you, especially in the diaspora, you can call us on +231 886 500 104. Again, +231 886 500 104. That's the WhatsApp number. Instead, if you are watching the show, the numbers are roaming on our screen, so you can just dial the number out of the numbers to call and be a part of the show tonight. Let's take at least 8 callers, and then we go home back to our guests to wrap up, and then we go home because I have to go broadway tonight. Good evening to you. Let's hear you. Emmanuel Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, what people are saying, okay? That over in 1 week ago, I'm an air conditioner technician. I go work on somebody. The quota staff here, ask people in that place. The state Jovial government staff and quota, that continue from there. I was so surprised. And I wrote more about Ghana. Get to that place, right where the quota. And that's exactly what they told me.
Thank you. Since Georgia reached a road down there, the quota down there, no work has been done on it. According to him, that's what the community people told him. Let's talk to somebody else. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Austin.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, let me say thank you for the topic. Actually, Tuesday for no call, I'm calling you for 1 week. Let me say thank you again. See, Austin, go to work because when you're working, people who on the street will see your hand well. These guys from the party, they believe in lie. These people are criminal. Everything that they are doing now is from the past government. Just get allowed in this country that Liberians can see, can feel, can touch. So everything, and we know 2029 we will remind this guy then. Because these guys came to see, kill, and suppress the Liberian people.
Thank you. Too much adjectives for their one. Let's go to line 2. Good evening to you. Let's hear you. No. You have to move away from your monitor or switch it off.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Kamal community.
Okay.
Yeah, I need you to just see again. All the land, for me, what I know, we have only worked for 3 years. Yeah, now what I know, 3 years, but we have carried all the development on. 3 years. Because Corona is 2 years, the other year, that election year, you can count on because everybody can be busy, right?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear the next person. Go ahead.
Yeah, Austin, thank you. 2 questions quickly. My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein here when I call my jail staff. So I had a
I
friend.
think we might not be able to hear some of your questions, so please remind us about it.
Sure. Come again, Hussein, come again.
I'm a Muslim.
Yes, you come with a question.
Yes. So I have a friend who left for River G this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, and he's currently in River G. And I spoke with him. He said the road is accessible. And he went further, saying in previous years they were using the African sign. Is that true? Your guest, can he confirm or deny the claim made by my friend today?
But how? No, see, wait now. How the man who didn't go with you can confirm the man who said to him?
No, but what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's hear the second question.
Previous year. So the next question, I want him to expand on the Western Cluster road corridor, because we were told that road was paid for by in the previous government, it was paid for, and something went wrong. So can he make more clarity on that Western Cluster, because I'm from the Western.
Okay, Western Cluster. Hello, good evening. Let's hear you.
Good evening,
Mm-hmm.
I just called to debunk that lala. You see, yes, because I have a girlfriend in the world, beyond FaceTime now. So can she got to wait for tragedy? They won't if they will have problems. They have problems. For FaceTime to that girl, they will get problems.
Okay.
And say the person pick up on here and reach. Yeah, the same day.
Maybe the person you black magic or broom to fly. Okay, let's hear somebody else. Good evening to you. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, see how you do this. Marcisi on the line.
Marcisi, go ahead.
Thank you for your seriousness. Thank you for putting up the studio. I want to be every time. You put last to the very time on every time and start your platform. I don't think I'm going to tell you before what is it in a sign, what is it? So they call it again, liar, not to get last from there, to put it on that. You understand? So what is this? For me, I appreciate what they forgot people want to say who can lie that day. You say lie to come about, and when you say you say lie, you get better of 1 year time. Nothing for God's sake. What is flying over? And it's going to be the God's sake. You can't get on what you say there was no money in the account. But we have to left money there. It's our lie. So you get the money for the time now. It's not the other rule. Tell me.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcisi. Thank you. Let's talk to this person on my number. Former Minister Williams, go ahead.
Good evening and good evening to your studio guests. I think it's time that everybody had to get on their knee, on their heel, that will be able to debunk these lies against President Weah, because the Brazil-led government have failed the Liberian people, and they don't have any substantive issue to discuss to the Liberian people. The road project, they know how the road project started and how it will end, and it is not only their administration. The only thing they fail to understand is to acknowledge their predecessor, and they want to claim victory, and which is very shameless. Because it's very remarkable. It is true they gave us that we are less vote, but they know deep down in their heart who initiated the election. The role was maintained in Nigeria from Zwaju to Kiripo Karakan Sabo National Park. I did a video on that road before, and I have the video. Now, the 20-kilometer road was built from Fishtown to Waco Ferrigan, right in the town of Minnesota Avenue Reset. They were the quota stop. And the 60 kilometer from Ferrigan, Waco Ferrigan to go to Kiripo Karakan / the Sabo National Park, which is the intersection, the junction between Grand GM, Sino, and River G counties. The project has been paid for and they only need to initiate the project to continue the project, rather. So they have nothing to say about this project to come live. President Weah did this work, and President Weah have a lot of tangibles that we yet to explain to the Liberian people to understand. We don't care about the insult on social media. We will write, we will use the pen to discuss the issue, and the issue will reach to the people that are supposed to understand and know that they have failed this government. Thank you for having me, Austin.
Thank you so much. We just sorry we can't continue with the calls. All the telephone numbers are bustling, but hey, it's 10:26. We have to go home. I do have to go home. we have commercial commitments to make to our business people.
We might need another time.
Yeah, so we have to reschedule the show possibly tomorrow. But we'll talk the rest of it behind the scene and see what we can have you back here tomorrow. You all back here tomorrow, plus additional people to talk for the next 2 hours. So you listen to the different concerns, Jeff. There was a question asked. I think I'd like you to start from that. The question was the Western cluster. The person said he needs explanation on the Western cluster because according to him, there were payments made for the road during the previous government or to the previous government, and the payment cannot be accounted for, and the Western cluster foods are still using trucks to bring that oil to town and all of that.
Okay. Okay, so the Western cluster. Let me speak about the guy that talked about River G. Austin, during the rainy season, during the dry season, under any administration, you get straight to River G or anywhere. And the government had to do it because of the amount of equipment we purchased and left with them. It's not pliable, at least during the dry season. Then they tell you how ineffective this government is. And for the fact that government is continuity, it should not only be on our successes. It should not only be on the RI role, on the counter-secretary role. It should not only be on the. Let them build to or where we fail. That is actual success for them. Let them go. Let them go on the Salaye to Konya Road. Let Vonjema to Medicament. Let them do the roads. Let them succeed. Let them begin works. Let payment be made to them. Let them start the contract. Then the true success. Those will be the true successes of this government. But you completing RIA road that we already paid for, that's not success. You passing streets and call that one building roads. You're not building, you're maintaining roads. So let them build, let them succeed on where we did not succeed. Then that is true success. That's what we keep saying to them. We agree. You continue our project. Yes, that's what the government is about. Continue from where we stop. Build on our success and acknowledge our success. That is what we're saying. But then you should also go beyond that. There are places where.
Oh, Mr. Thor, you just continue from there because Jeff left. Jeff left abruptly, so just continue from there.
All right. So you know, and Jeff is right. You cannot be trying to always portray the CDC as not being able to do anything. And the very things that the CDC was doing that you were critical of, you were condemning, you can't be doing that now, and then you say you're succeeding. So that's why, and also, I want to challenge the Unity Party team. Let them come on your radio or let them go to any other radio station. Let them tell the Liberian people from day one of their government to the 17 months, which significant project they have initiated. Let them say that. Let them tell you, let them tell the Liberian people, by this time, we have done and completed roads. By this time, we completed Doe Community Road. We completed Margaret Francis. By this time. So let them tell you what they're doing. And let them stop misrepresenting the facts. Let them stop. Because that will not help them. And we're not going to give them the chance to lie to the Liberian people for the second time. Look, when they're passing through that terminal, and they told you, say, when your president rode private jet, that his friends gave him the ride, and to fly away, and they told you, say, it was a sin that was being committed. Have you not seen throughout this current president using private jet? Have you not seen that? When we're building the terminal, the VIP terminal, they said, President, we have a committee sin against Liberia. Isn't that the same VIP terminal now? There's so much feel good about when they're going through. Not just a VIP terminal at the Roberts International Airport. The cargo terminal, there's a building over there exclusively for cargo. Foundation from ground level, groundbreaking. In fact, I represented Mabudu Nipa at that program to do the groundbreaking ceremony. That building is completed. The new terminal building, when you in the new terminal building, just look beyond the old KLM place. You'll see a huge Ulster building over there. Initiated by President George Weah. Construction took off, completed, and dedicated. Like I said, also, we're not talking about these things. I repeat, when you're driving on Robert Road, when they tell you that they don't want doing the road, just look for your head. See all those giant size towers. Those towers were never there. So look at those things. See the substations. In the two substations. Bypass by the police station over there and West Point. But check the number of substations that were initiated by President Weah and completed. Go on the Oro. Go to Robert Field. Come right to Sheffrin, opposite Sheffrin Barracks. In fact, right by that tower, you see that Ulster building that coming up? That place is a building construction that was initiated by the LTA. Right by City Hall. Look at the building out there. The National Oil Company building. Going to Freeport. From time immemorial. Same President taught me started at Freeport. When you went in that place, you're coming from abroad to go clear your container, you feel ashamed. But go to the Freeport. See what we left there. Go to LPRC fence. When you're driving by LPRC fence on the main road, just lift for your hand and see the building that was left there. So you see, I've been honest with you. You need to party to a great harm to the Liberian people. They should have just remain in opposition and tell the Liberian people, say, they'll vote for President Weah. Let President Weah continue with the development. Then we'll come after 12 years or after 18 years and come with our nose. At least that would have been better for them, for their children too, because they are Liberian. All the development we're talking about, Liberians are benefiting from it today. So it is my plea to the Unity Party. Forget about CDC. Do the job that the Liberian people gave you to do. Increase all the police people pay. Reverse harmonization. Reverse it. That's what you told them. Pay the nurses. Pay the teachers.
Bring the NGO jobs.
Increase civil service salary. Create jobs. Today I was listening to OKFM and I heard about the kind of damaging audit report. All I know is the CSA boss costly. Go hear about what happened at the MOS. Look, you cannot be talking about changing country and you taking us back. It's so painful.
Okay, Minister, we thank you so much. We have to reschedule your appearances to talk, like we said, general infrastructure and all of that. They are, because we are pressed with time. Commercials are up. Mr. Chelsea, you can wrap up in. You can bid a farewell in 1 minute.
No worries, Austin. Again, I was in fly when the internet was tripping. Again, we want to say we are fully aware that government is continuity. So the Unity Party can continue working on what we started. That is very good for them. But at the same time, we want you to acknowledge that the CDC government did all this heavy lifting. Not only that, we also want them to succeed on other places where we did not succeed. We have a total road network of 13,000. Let them do something else. It's almost 1 year, 6 months now since they've been in government. There haven't been one new project launched. They haven't been one groundbreaking for anything. They lack the innovative, they lack the capacity, and they don't have the ability to do anything. The Salaye straight to Menikama Road. Let them commence the work on that corridor. Let it, because the CDC government has already concluded the southeastern part. We secured the fund, we awarded all the contracts. It just works straight to Grange. Total straight. We have done the whole southeastern side. The only thing they got to do is to supervise the works. Let them now continue from Salaye straight to Menikama. Let them work on that. I mean, they at least will say, yes, the Unity Party government started something. But they can't. They can't. Until they can do that, they should stop lying, give credit to the former president, and let's move our country forward.
Thank you so much, Minister Chesson. Thank you so much, Minister Tor. It was nice having all of you, the two of you here, and we hope we can redo it and redo it and redo it again and again and again and again in the interest of our country, in the interest of all of us.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you. Carried our king late. Thank you. It was all because of technical reasons.
No problem, no problem.
Cap with a J.
Mr. Tor, nice seeing you, man.
Machine up, baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but still Christ in your grave.
Okay, we have to go.
They say they want new.
Yes, the labor are overstay. If that in American number with dynamic visa. I overstay dynamic visa in America. But thanks to the two guests, and we have more of them here. Moving forward. Until then, thanks to all of you for following and listening. And Minister Chesson and Minister Tor, Benu Kamara, I should say thanks to all of you. Thanks to the two of you for appearing. You all did a great job. And she says she really appreciate you today. You all today.
They say they want new press, so we
I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
press, so but still Christ in plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45. No system, no rules in place. Yeah. So corruption.
Nobody plays more music.